It's Super T Sigma with the resistance. We're resisting the urge to fight against ourselves and want to talk about the golden city, how to bring heaven on earth. The golden city, how to bring heaven on earth. Based on any description or any depiction of a perfect life, that's your heaven. If you want to experience this perfect life, again, I rehash and repeat what's in many of these videos. You have to think about it. Not from the perspective of third person or second person, but first person. You have to see it from first person perspective. So in your vision, you don't want to see yourself unless in your imagination you're looking into a mirror at yourself. This is key because you're not giving your higher mind enough to work with, or at least you're not making it as fast as it could be had you imagined it in a more unrealistic way. Everything else about it can be unrealistic in terms of the material world around you in your imagination, but not yourself. You yourself, you need to be looking through your eyes, not looking at yourself from another perspective. So how do you bring the kingdom of heaven on earth? How do you produce this golden city? Well, it's going to happen individually, on an individualistic perspective. Don't worry about whether or not it's going to happen collectively, because collectively it may not be what's at play. Collectively, it may be a different world than the one that you desire to experience. So even while that world continues to be what it is, the world around you, your outside world, while that continues to be what it is, you can actually experience your golden city, your heaven on earth, in your own pocket of the world or wherever you go. A description of heaven biblically that is often referenced are the streets paved with gold. So your travelings and what you travel on, this can also stand for the principles you live by, are golden, are purified. Your intentions are pure. Your intentions are to the aid and benefit of yourself and others. So your streets can be paved with gold. If you're seeking, conversely, to take advantage and hurt and try to destroy others, your streets will be paved with potholes. So your golden city will come from the mental realm within you. How long can you hold that frame? The imagination is one of the most important pieces to this, because that is going to be your habitual state, because the outside world is looking to mimic and reproduce what's going on in your inside world. Two people can be having the same experience, but of course, it's going to be experienced differently depending on the individual and the individual's thoughts and feelings. So this golden city is for you to produce. Another description that is given of heaven are the foundation stones. So you basically have a rainbow of color, all crystals. You have amethyst, chrysoprase, jacinth, emerald, and in like manner. But it's 12 of them, 12 particular type of stones. So this can represent color, creativity, different parts of healing, different realms of thought, because different colors produce different emotions, different ways to feel, learning how to go with the tide as the tide changes. So you have the colors, you have the streets. So the colors can pertain to flexibility, that you are able to expand and that you are able to be creative in as many ways as your soul is desirous to express. The golden city is for you to experience. Others around you can experience it only if the gold is being produced in them. The closer you get to the golden city, the more you become what's in that golden city. In that golden city, they talk about it coming down from above. So this golden city has to come down from your mind, because if your body is the temple of the living God who exists everywhere, then the top is going to be talking about and referencing the head region. So the golden city has to descend. Or you could say the mountain, because they have the New Jerusalem, according to Revelation, being depicted as a golden city, a cube descending on a mountain. So the mountain can be your mind, and what in the golden city can be pulled down from your higher mind into your lower mind, your physical mind. So you can imagine it that way and it still be beneficial. You have angels, which is another way of not judging people. If you see everybody as angels, judgment goes out the window. Labeling people goes out the window. If you look at everybody see, wherever you are is your city. So wherever you are, you're going to have to reconcile the things around you to match your environment. You won't find demons necessarily in the perfect city. So you don't want to demonize people. And then you have the pearly gates made of solid pearl, and pearl being something like a deep treasure buried in the ocean. So deep in the bottom of the thought, the most habitual parts of your thinking, the thoughts that are repeated the most are coming from the pearl. So the pearl is the heart. The gates are the doors to your heart, so they can see how you are based on some invisible things, your aura, your energy. They can feel that you have gates of pearl around your heart. So you are a walking, talking golden city, because they can see the gates of pearl around your heart. They can see in how you carry yourself, how you express yourself, that you have a golden city within you. We're talking about the golden city, how to bring heaven on earth. It's going to start one individual at a time. The collective thing actually doesn't work, because what's being taught in a lot of temples is not heaven, but whatever is being taught in most temples. But the world doesn't appear heavenly. So one has to deduce that these things may not be taught. You have these winged creatures, the seraphim, full of eyes, full of wings. So you have things, living things that you can understand that are awesome, but they are also in that city with you, so they belong there. So you have higher forms of your animal nature. You'll have higher forms of instinct. You'll have actions that you'll perform that will be even beyond you on the primal biological level. So you'll have seraphim within you. You'll have the throne within you. But one thing they say that is not in the city is a temple, because it says the lamb is the light of the temple, and there is no need for a temple. See, there is no need for a temple. A lot of people are walking away from a lot of institutions because there is no more temple. A lot of people are dropping out of certain institutions and certain organizations because there is no temple. A lot of people are walking away from places where they once would always meet in particular buildings, but those numbers are drastically reduced, you can say by pandemic or whatever. But even before that, those numbers were being dropped in a lot of places, in a lot of sectors, because there is no temple. God is the one who is the temple. The Lamb is its light. What is the lamb? What was the lamb? The lamb was sacrificed. The lamb is one who gives of himself. The lamb is a symbol of humility. Doesn't say the sheep, but the lamb. You can be, and you probably are already, a walking, talking golden city. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, okay. There's no more night there. They explain that. So there's no darkness. There's no ignorance. There's no lack of knowledge. You won't be disinformed. You won't be misinformed. You won't be misguided, misled, misdirected. Everything will be to the uplifting of all. So there won't be any sleight of hand. There won't be any deception. There won't be any of these things to work against you. You'll be protected. You'll be supported. You'll be recognized. You'll be appreciated. There will be no more night. There'll be no more dark times, no more lack inside that golden city. Night never comes, and those and the gates never shut. So the gate, again, the pearly white gates again, they're open. They have an open heart, a heart that's open, a heart that's compassionate, a heart that's empathic. You can feel people's pain, their happiness, their joy, and you respond with what the scriptures also call the comforter. If you're a person who comforts others, you yourself are a walking, talking embodiment of what is called the Holy Spirit. These are principles anybody can work out because they're here for the taking, but we just need to talk to each other in a way where we can immediately use the tools where they don't sound so mystical. We need to be a little bit more mental than mystical. So you have the golden city, the gates, the angels, the beings, God, the Lamb, the light, the gates never closing. Oh, and you also have this, and in a number of people too big to count. So again, you can't judge others. Everybody there is clothed in white, so they're pure. Whatever was holding them back has been stripped away also. So they're just as free as you are. You're just as free as they are. True equality. It says people from every nation and language and tongue, so the variety will still be there. You will still be who you are, but you'll be the absolute best version, the perfect version of yourself. How do you like that? Which is already there inside of you, actually, because you are a walking, talking golden city. Even if you are living, going through and expressing and raising hell, you are still a golden city. You just may want to move away the debris and the hot coals and whatever else is causing your city not to look so golden. And all of this is where? On the mountaintop. So I'll stop right there. Again, I'm Super T Sigma. Stay motivated and self-regulated. Peace.